Dude, what the fuck is going on, man? This is Zach Moonshine. You're live right now on Metal Devastation Radio.
Fucking it right, Zach. How are you, my friend? Hello, everyone.
I'm doing pretty good, man. Just knocking back some cold ones.
I'm behind you on that game right now. I'll tell you what. I've been doing interviews all day, a little tired. Been playing guitar meanwhile. And, yeah, I need some catching up to do.
Well, we just got done fucking blasting some of your shit, dude. Fucking, man, fucking what the fuck, dude? What the fuck are you fucking eating, dude? Like, how the fuck do you play like that?
Man, I'm glad that you got the vibe, man. Sounds like you caught the vibe, man. I'm really, really, really happy about that. And I'm really, really happy about it. I'm really happy about the music transcending and getting across and people catching that vibe. And if it did something to you like that, it does it to me every time we play it. And, you know, previously when we had played it live, and I'm looking forward to it. All this stuff comes to fruition again live because, man, I don't know if you've seen the video. We actually got the title track we did live with Ripple one time.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of fun, man. It's just a lot of fun. A lot of fun. You know, blue collar metal is what we've been tagged. A little bit something for everybody, and just common man, kind of like, you know. It does carry and portray a new message, though, man. I gotta tell you, I'm with the old school mentality of, you know, it's like personal neglect and, you know, writing songs about, you know, there's always, you know, music is a medicine of sorts, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There's different ways of approaching it. You know, since I guess maybe that I'm older, a little bit, just a bit wiser, I really wanted to give forward and give back, you know, to the new generation and to anybody that was listening to music still. Something sincere with integrity, and that it had more than just me playing guitar or me writing songs or producing it, but altogether a new message. You know, I know that sounds like a lot, but it's not some lines just rehearsed for this interview. I'm trying to create. You know, I mean, I think we already have in our camp, and we all believe in this. You know, a positive movement forward. It's either about love or greed. And when I say all this stuff, it sounds like some flowery type stuff, but then, you know, the music is brutal. And but the song that we're writing about and the subject matter, there's nothing negative about it. It's revolting, it's revolutionary, but, you know, it's talking about self-awareness and self-reliance and believing in yourself. In just, you know, in just a few short words. Every single song on that album is saying the same thing. And you know, there's a lot of people, I think, out there that need a voice, man, that haven't had a voice. And I think that this EP is about a I was about to say South American, Southern rock, Southern metal, you know, red-blooded American rock and roll, heavy metal, whatever you get. It's about as pure as it gets, you know.
Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah. Well, Marzi.
Thanks for digging it.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I'm definitely feeling it, man. Well, jump right into the interview, man. Fucking tell everybody, like, what is going on right now in Marzi's world, man. What you know, for people out there that don't know. You guys got this new EP coming out, or it's already out?
Yeah, man. Actually, the EP has been out today. Marks the 14th day, 2 complete weeks that it's been out. And it came out on Crunchy Western Records that I and my partner Paul launched around November. We created this thing after midst of talking about our you know, getting my music out there and labels, and we were just having a few conversations. We sat down, we created this label to have a medium for me to put my music out without having any outside interferences, and that I would be able to not just, again, play guitar, write songs, but I could produce the projects, and then have different vocalists to work with and different artists to work with, you know, to step out of that realm of just being a guitar player and to just do that when it comes time to playing live, when it's really fun, and then wear that hat only during that time while we're having fun and bringing the music out to people. So, you know, that's the Uprising is like an appetizer that we put out for the Crunchy Western label, and it's going to be followed by what I'm currently working with on. Now, mind you, this is 2 weeks old, and so all I want for this EP I just want people like yourself to listen to it, man, because your sincere comments right at the beginning is it goes right to the heart, man. I wanted to put some pure music out there that every time you jam to it, you just want to turn it up, man. And it's like, fuck, man. You can rock out to it. Like, in the fashion of all the stuff that I grew up listening to myself, and I wanted to just kind of give it back. So, in the same fashion, I'm working currently on my band Heaviest Texas record that features Kyle Thomas on vocals, another great vocalist that I'm having the pleasure to work with. That record is in the middle of being made, and it's a full album. That's going to be the first full-length release on Crunchy Western Records. I have the same band members, actually a new bassist that we're looking at from Jersey, but the same drummer. Just like I said, same team that I have as far as mixers and engineers and stuff like that, but featuring a different vocalist this time. And then after that, I'm going to do a solo record, which is, a little bit too early to probably talk about that. That one's going to feature a lot of different vocalists, but it's not going to be anything that I'll take live. Heaviest Texas, he's going to tour, undoubtedly, for as long as we possibly can.
Right on, man.
It's time for me to just bring the music back, man. Like I said, to me, it's just, down home American heavy metal. Just blue collar metal made here from the South. And totally nothing else about it. And when I emphasize the South thing, I'm just really, really, really trying to say blues. That's something that was in the air growing up, and that kind of sound just seeps through. So a lot of the stuff that I do, I think in song parts and Monster Within, it has a bluesy turnaround, before it goes into that spacey mellow part. The rest of the album, the EP, the only thing bluesy about it is like maybe the guitar solo to Without Warning, when it fades away and stuff like that. You just can't shake that kind of what you grew up with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can definitely hear the blues in it, and the groove too, man. Like, dare I say, it fucking reminds me of Dimebag.
Well, that's
quite a bit. And I'm a huge fan of fucking Dime too, man. But like, yeah, dude.
So am I. He was a great friend of mine, and he's a great inspiration, and still is to this day. And to me, he was the most consistent badass I've ever seen in my life. And I say that with all of my might. Even if I didn't know Dimebag, even if he wasn't a friend of mine, I will tell you of my life experience, of all the guitar players that I have seen in my life, including Eric Johnson, who's a god on guitar and a prophet, almost just with his, whatever he does. I've seen Eric have one bad night, but I've never seen Dimebag hit one bad note. Eric's not, when I say have a bad night, it was like a tonal thing and wasn't able to bring his thing in. It wasn't really his fault. But I'm saying I never saw Dime ever do anything but just nail it. We're talking about way before they even got Phil in the band. That's the kind of dude he was. He just nailed his parts, man. He could be playing Def Leppard. He would be nailing it. He just nailed it. But if anyone on this planet came after Randy Rhoads and, kind of like took the torch, I would say it was Don McDarrell. After Randy, I would say Dime. And I can't, I'll probably stop right there because I can't mention to you anybody else that's an original like that took his influences and gave it right back in a proper way. I really couldn't tell you. But, yeah.
Well, you're doing a killer job yourself, dude. Fucking, just keep fucking doing what you're doing, man. For sure.
Thank you very much. I want to give it back. I want to give it back to the people that influenced me. And I want to just, like right now, I'm working in the studio. We had a string section come in on part of a song Sunday, man. Gets brought back Sunday. And every single second spent at Kevin McFerrin's studio here in Houston that I spend a lot of time on. Every single second spent, man, is focused, concentrated, and every bit of love, that emotion and passion and whatever the song isn't, having it, it's right there, man. We pour it out. I pour it out, and it's like it's got complete integrity, and there's nothing to interfere with it. But, it gets scary at times when it's your project. Sometimes you just, like for instance, just this one song that I told you that had a string section come on. It's got an amazing section in the middle, and then with a chord modulation that I took for a guitar solo. Now it took a big, ginormous fight, man, to, choosing to do a solo over this section. It's big boy territory. And when I first went to dabble with it, okay, for the first couple of days, man, my confidence level, because of this one solo, not nailing the solo that I was, I didn't even hear anything in my head. I just knew it was going to be great, but I was nowhere near that great when I attempted it. In fact, it made me feel like less than zero, It humbles you really fucking quick, man. But 2-3 days of solid playing with it, man. Constantly, just itching away. Going this way with it, going that way with it, going this way with it, going that way with it, just kind of like you take a piece of rock or a chunk of wood and you take a chisel and a hammer and you just start going at it, and it doesn't fucking make sense. But all of a sudden, it starts to form, it starts to shape, and it kind of does make sense. And then you keep going. And so I've been practicing like a fucking maniac on this for a few days, and I'm finally happy to say, even though, we're just talking about this, I wrote a solo for this thing, and it sits right in my heart. Now that I listen, now I'm walking around, and I hear a melody in the grocery store, and I'm like, oh shit, what is that? And I'm like, oh shit, I just came up with that. So it's one of those, man. It's one of those.
Hell yeah, dude.
I can't wait for you to hear it, man. I cannot wait for you to hear it. That's all it is, man. I just we're giving the music back to y'all with the Heaviest Texas record and everything else at this point on. I may produce some stuff, but anything that comes out of this crunchy western, I guarantee you, this EP is just basically an idea of what you're going to get next.
Speaking of the label,
go ahead.
Speaking of the label, Marzi, I got a guy in the chat room right now. He's in a band called Necrotion, and he's asking, are you guys going to be signing bands at any time, or where would they go to find out about something like that?
They can write us on countrywestern.com, and they can submit stuff digitally, and then we'll have a P.O. box for them where they can submit stuff. Right now, past submission, I got to tell you, the label is so new that we just now found the right AR guy. I'm not going to be able to just sit there, and listen to demos all day long, man. But so we had to get, I need to be recording, so we had to find the right kind of people, to go through the good, the bad, because you can't sign everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't sign everybody. I can't sign my brother because he's my brother, or my cousin because he's my cousin, or my best friend because he's my... That's not happening. Or this dude because I've known him for 20 years, because now I started a label. Nah. You got to be able to... It's really simple, okay? You got to get out there. Well, you got to have something to offer musically to the world, to mankind, to society. If that's your job and you want to make a living at it, you got to offer something. And then you have to be able to go out and tour it, man. That is a must. Jeez Louise, you hear that?
Yeah, I hear it.
My guitar starts making noises by itself.
So how long have you been fucking doing this shit, man? For people out there that don't know, like how long has Marzi been fucking jamming, man? How did you get started?
I've been loving music, man, ever since my parents went to a movie theater. I think I was 2 years old, and so they saw Me and Juliet, and I heard the theme song. And I just, since that age, I remember coming home and humming that melody. And then my mom would go, she would tell me that I would just walk around And I remember just humming, and I would use my throat, later on to make beats with chatting my teeth, and would make make a drum sound. I would make beats, and I would walk around and just make this fucking make up songs. Nothing that I ever remembered. But I would just walk around just all day long. It was just like just an abyss, man. Because music is it's never ending, man. In your mind, you can orchestrate. You can have an orchestra going, dude, all over the place. So that's where I started, then, organically. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah. So what about your musical influences, man? Like, as far as guitar, like, what made you pick up the fucking guitar and just fucking start shredding like you do, man? Like who?
And honestly, that goes again to something that was just like a calling that I went after. My uncle would take me to soccer games, man, when I was at the age of 7, and I saw this red electric guitar in the window of a music store, and I really wanted it. And I was young and naive, and didn't realize acoustic guitars were cheaper. So my parents were like, "Yeah, electric guitars, man. You might get electrocuted." Like, even as a kid, I didn't even get it. I was like, "That's not even possible." So they bought me a piece of shit acoustic. But that guitar broke. My brother broke the next day. So, man, honestly, I got jobs and saved up money, and when I was 12 years old, I really got a guitar. Okay, I got a guitar, and this first song I ever learned note for note was "Tangerine" by Led Zeppelin. I mean, Eddie Van Halen, Randy Rhoads, Michael Schenker, these people were just like out of my league, man. I couldn't even attempt to I knew how to play Ain't Talk About Love, but playing Eruption was not something easy at the time, So I went on a technical search, man. I saw Eric Johnson live, I saw Van Halen live, and I just practiced. Never had guitar lessons, but I would practice a lot. So during the time where I guess another average American kid would be fucking off after school, I practiced guitar. That was my best friend. I didn't have any other best friends. I mean, I did one, but he lived far away, and he played drums for me, so we'd meet on the weekends and jam. But prior to that, it was just me and my guitar, which was a piece of crap Fender Strat copy that I got at a pawn shop, and my amp was like this 5-watt amp. So before we, then, Van Halen rocked me, man. I think that pound for pound, Van Halen was my biggest guitar, like the guy that got me just so excited about it, because, I looked at him and he was like, okay, he went and souped up amps, souped them up with these fucking refrigerator cubes and made them burn hotter. What the hell was this shit? Like a car, he hot rodded his pickups. He put Gibson pickups in a Fender. And he dipped them in wax so they wouldn't get extra feedback, and he just did all these freaking things that's already by itself genius. But then the sound that he created, it's this sonic boom it's way more than just a guitar. Yeah. And he did all this with a piece of wood and wire, and he did so all that together, and there's only one other guy that I can say that did that exact same thing. And that's Brian May of Queen. The signature sound, signature guitars, hand built. More than just their music, but just I mean, I co-designed the Priestess that Washburn sells for me, my signature guitar. But I didn't get into a shop and carve it out. This was just hand drawn. You know what I mean? These guys were I'm not cutting myself down, but I'm just saying where they came from. That's an inspiration. That's my inspiration. Eddie Van Halen and Brian May. Those two are gods to me.
Hell yeah.
There's tons more, dude. Trust me, there's tons more. But looking back in history and in my lifetime, and in the there's so many people, and I love every guitar player that's out there, man, playing every single style. New and old. I love it all. I love guitar players and guitar playing, period. I love music. But those two were revolutionary.
Yeah, I remember reading something about Eddie Van Halen where he was talking about that he even fucking pulled the fucking volume knob and tone knobs out of his guitar because he said that it was cutting out the tone. He wanted more just straight from the pickup to the fucking jack.
Yeah, and he drilled it. He goes, so that's kind of like I took one tone knob out of my guitar. That's the inspiration. All the stuff that Van Halen's influence, for instance, that's on my guitar. I made my pickups, my Seymour Duncans, inside my Priestesses, and the one they sell, both import and the USA models. They're mounted right into the wood, man. It's just the pickup is, there's no, shell or casing and stuff like that. They're screwed right into the friggin' wood.
That's
so it's pickup, one piece mahogany, fretboard is ebony, so one piece of wood primarily, one chunk, and the hardware is the hardware, and the pickups are right in the friggin' wood. And that's totally, it's derived from, from me. That's where I got it from, Eddie.
Yeah, I was watching a video you did about that guitar on YouTube actually earlier today, man. Fucking, that looks like a bad motherfucker too, man.
It plays so cool, dude, and it has a lot of different tonalities to it. So, I mean, shit. I mean, we're doing the new year. So, check this out. So, as an example, this is my yellow Priestess, and like... sounds very Stratty-like.
Yeah.
And, man, I fucking love it. Yeah, it's got got a regular rock sound to it. Those versatile. And I can sit here and play a little jazz and this and that on it too. It's just how you want to turn the knobs. It's got one knob. If you wanted to get like that get sweet tone, I don't want to do guitar playing over the phone, but I have no idea how to send it over the phone. It could be terrible. But it's a versatile instrument, and it's easy to play. It's very easy to play. And I have to emphasize this one thing about the guitar. It's freaking not neck heavy. It's not neck heavy. So when you stand up there, you can take your hands off the guitar, it will not move.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's got a good center of gravity, man. The way and what we positioned the strap buttons.
That's really
cool,
cool,
man. I'm glad you checked it out.
Hell yeah, dude. So, now you say you're from fucking Texas, man. What can you tell people about the local scene down there? Like, what kind of fucking metal fucking bands and shit fucking you guys got going on around there?
Well, there's a band called Oceans of Slumber that I wouldn't consider really metal, but they're like, they're going on tour. They're signed with Century Media. They're going on tour with Evergrey. And so it's kind of like symphonic rock, I guess, metal. I mean, it's got heavy parts. They're from Houston. And then there's, God, I'm just the worst. There's not that much of a thriving scene here. There's a band called I Against that's really hardcore, and they're really sincere, man. I've known them for a long time, and they're brutal, and they have an original thing going. Other than that, really, there's not really a scene. I don't want to talk bad about Houston, but I think it reflects America. To be honest with you, there's not a scene anywhere. I don't know if there is or not. I mean, I really don't know. I mean, I live here, and I can tell you that this is a very big city, and it's so scattered. There's not like this one place you go to see, like local acts and stuff like that. And the whole, everybody like sells tickets, and they get on Facebook and they're like, buy tickets to our show, buy tickets to our show. Call me and my drummer and everybody and buy tickets to my show. It's like, man, go fucking let them just go to the show. The rules have changed, man. And they sell tickets, and the club owners look at who sold the most tickets, and that's how they determine the lineup of who plays first, who plays second, who plays third. It's like, man, it's just kind of gotten out of hand, man.
That's
it's
crazy.
become petty, very petty, people. But, me, just the other day, I've been sending in the interviews. I saw two sisters from Atlanta, Georgia. They're called Larkin Poe. on just by accident, saw a video of them in their bedroom playing a song, man. Goddamn, man, I'm still freaking out on these dudes. When music hits you and moves you, it just don't matter what it is. It's one of the most beautiful things to see somebody so fucking good. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. And, it's so exciting. I'm so happy right now that I discovered these two sisters. And I've been like, every chance I get, I go on YouTube or on their Facebook and I watch a new video. And I just sit there and just my mouth is open. I'm like, man. The love that they have and the passion in their music, it's just like, you can't touch it. You can't buy something like that, bro. They can't. That's something that's just like given to somebody. And I was just happy I'm happy that they're born. And I'm happy that they recognize that and they're making videos and albums or whatever, and I wish them the most success on the planet. I'll be honest with you, man. If I don't know if there are signs or if they're not, I'm going to look into it because that's one. Like I see an artist like that. If it wasn't signed, I'd be like that right there. I would tell my aunt, I'm going to sign them right now. Right now. There's no even like this. No doubt about it. And, today's bands, again, let me emphasize the fact that you wouldn't do anything. I don't care how great your record is, unless you're planning on only releasing it for a certain purpose. Like, okay, I released my EP, not, knowing that there was a good chance that Ripper and I weren't going to play live because his schedule and my schedule, and I knew that I would be, while it's out, I would be working on Enemies, Texas, which was intent is to play live after the release.
Yeah, speak.
You have an agenda like that, you need to play. Because let me tell you, Heavy Texas is not going to hold back. Nobody's more special than anybody else, unless you're like you can't play live. And you're Jackson Becker, who's still creating music and is sitting in a wheelchair with his eyes are the only thing that are moving. Well, he can't go live. But anybody else that can function, you need to work. And this is how a modern-day musician works. You got to go out there, and if you love what you do, then it's not a problem. But if you don't, then it's going to be a major problem. You're not going to be able to take the shit that the road is going to offer you, And the love is what makes you, sustain it, persevere all the troubles, and then you focus. You focus on the show, man.
Yeah, man.
Whatever happens during the day, happens during the day. But guess what? Those 2 hours on stage, you give it all you got. When I was growing up, going to the shows, I didn't know who had diarrhea, who had girlfriend problems. I didn't know that. I went to see Van Halen.
Oh yeah, man.
I just wanted to see a show, man. So that's why, to get there, there's a lot of, long way to the top if you want to rock and roll, but man, it's worth it. To me, it's been worth every single bit of it because I'm pursuing something that I feel pure in my heart, and I feel like it's my dharma, man. It's something that I have to do. So.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Man,
I appreciate you for giving it a listen.
Speaking of Tim Ripper Owens, dude, fucking, like, I gotta ask you about that, man, because fucking, man, listening to the fucking EP, dude, to me, it sounds like, I mean, Ripper was always a great vocalist, and I remember when he joined Priest, and at that time, it was kind of hard for a lot of us Priest fanatics to fucking, like, it was hard. It was like, he's badass, but it's like, man, this just isn't Rob Halford, but at the same time, he is pretty fucking badass. But it's like, now hearing him jam with you, it's a totally different thing, and it's like, I'm listening to it, I'm like, fuck, man, this sounds almost like Pantera, sort of, with Rob Halford singing, and it's fucking bad fucking ass, man.
The whole intent was, him being in this project, as great as he is and what he does, I definitely didn't want I didn't want him to repeat his past with this record, okay? So what he did, I think, that made that actually happen, and he gave me so many tracks to work with that we, in the end, when we were mixing it, chose the most aggressive done and didn't overuse his high pitch abilities or his abilities, period. Everything he does is just absolutely flawless. You know, he gave me a choir back, man. It was actually one of the most difficult things on the record to do. Is like you got all these tracks of this vocalist that are just perfection, and you really have to sit there carefully place them. And some you don't use, and it's almost a shame you don't. But some you don't use, some you duck down. You know, but in the end, I believe, as you mentioned, Tim did a stellar job, as he does in all his projects. He has complete integrity, but he did something a little bit different than what his norm. I think he stepped out. He was more aggressive, and he nailed the subject matter of the album, which is the Uprising. Everything about this album is the Uprising. It's the title track. It's the message, and it's a positive message, and it's not about revolting in an outward sense, but in an inward sense, and caring about yourself and care who you are. If you listen to music and you can care about this or it resonates with you, this is what it's saying, man. This is what it's saying, that you just have to slow down at any point, anywhere, any night or day, at any point. Take a deep breath and just know that you are. That's what I always tell myself, is I am. You know, we all are, our own beings. And everything about us is cool, man. You know, it's the judgments and this and that the people... So that's all I'm trying to bring about, is to make everybody be cool with themselves first. And once they're cool with themselves, then they're cool, man. Then they're cool amongst each other. And then I'm looking forward to bringing this music, man, out and seeing that. I still want to see a giant mosh pit and everybody rocking their fucking minds out to this, because it's like, obviously it's not fucking... I'm not playing, some metal-ass jazz. Nothing wrong against it, man. Some like lounge jazz and nothing like that. This is some upbeat, energetic music, and I want it to be met with that. But I just also want to bring about a different conscious level to the whole listener.
Man, yeah, the music that you guys put together on this EP is fucking insane, dude. But then today I was I was digging around on YouTube just checking out stuff, and I seen there was a bunch of live shit where you guys are doing covers. You fucking did Van Halen on Fire and fucking Iron Maiden and Shattered and fucking... I was like, holy fuck. Every single one that I clicked on and listened to it, I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, how is this not fucking like... Why isn't this everywhere right now? This needs to be.
It was a special show, and it does need to be. I do agree with you. And the fun part about it was this, man. Like, okay, so we only had a handful of material, so when it came time for Tim to come to Houston and do a show with us, we were like, okay, well, we'll definitely need to fill the time out by, playing some covers. So, typical stuff is to do Judas Priest. Like, we did Painkiller with him, but I wanted to do Rothschild. I wanted to, but then I was like, man, let's do something that you haven't done before. I mean, basically, he goes out and does Dio, and he does Maiden, and he does Priest, and his bands and stuff like that around the world, and then his original material as well. So, I mean, he's already used to it, He does the cover stuff for encores and whatnot. I was like shattered, and he'd never even heard it before. I was like, let's do a Pantera song, man. I was like, but let's do one where it's odd, man. Let's do one off Cowboys from Hell, and let's do it like not a very popular one.
Dude, he nailed it.
He fucking nailed it. And, Anselmo on YouTube was like the first one to comment on it. It was a great job, guys, which was really cool to see, that he checked it out.
Hey, you nailed it too, dude, though. I mean, fuck, man. Like, the whole band is just...
Yeah, you can't mess around with Dimebag stuff, man. As the same with, then the second song was On Fire by Van Halen. He had never done that before. And man, believe it or not, man, as big as a Van Halen fan I am, as much as in my lifetime, since when I was a young little boy, I used to close my eyes and crank the stereo and imagine myself playing it in like junior high or high school and stuff like that. I had never attempted to learn it. This was for my first time.
Holy shit.
We dropped the C sharp, and I was in my truck one time, and I got a notification on my phone, and I looked at it, and I almost wrecked. It said Van Halen, mentioned Heavy as Texas, and just to see those two names together, I was floored. And when I went in to look at it, Van Halen had mentioned us and posted the video. Something like the caption says, "It doesn't get heavier than this." Marzi Montazeri's band at a Houston club with Tim River Owens playing On Fire. What do y'all think? Was asking the Van Halen fans what they thought of me playing the Van Halen classic "Drop to C Sharp," and then I thought we did it justice, man. I thought we did it justice, and I thought that, you know, without Michael Anthony there, with just one vocalist, Tim did a stellar friggin' job, man. I thought we did a killer version of that song, man. It's not an easy one to blast out vocally.
Yeah.
Totally. I thought we caught the Van Halen vibe with the tone and stuff.
I'm sure if Eddie Van Halen sees that video, dude, he's gonna be giving it the head nod, man.
Oh God, that would be just, man, I wouldn't even know what to think. One dude, I wouldn't even know what to think, man. I wouldn't even know what to think. I would just have to give him a hug if I ever met him, and just tell him that I fucking love him. And I would leave it at that, and I would leave it at that. I mean, you know, I was just like, hey, wanna get high? Like Tally.
Yeah.
You know.
Man, going back though, I gotta ask you too about the Phil Anselmo fucking and the Illegals album, dude. How did you get hooked up with Philip Anselmo, and fucking how was that and shit?
That thing was like, you know, I knew Philip for a long time. I jammed with him in Super Joy, and in about 2010, we contacted each other, and he was like, man, I'm thinking about doing the solo record thingy. So from 2010, 2013, I helped him with the record. 2013, we put out an EP. Warrior Gargantuas, then the full album, and we went and toured it, and then we put out a House Go Hard EP, and then after that we toured Europe. That was it. And you know, I've known Philip for such a long time, man, and he chose and picked me to, I guess, kind of launch his solo career with the Illegals, and that was my job, man. That's what I did. It was awesome. Had fun, and just, you know, here I am with this new chapter in my life, you know. Now I'm just like, I can have a lot of fun, experiment with different types of music, and have my own label, and kind of like, you know, venture off and do my own thing. So it's been really a fun ride.
Hell yeah,
but
man.
Yeah, that was, you know, from 2010, I would say, to I don't know when it ended.
Yeah.
15, something like that.
I remember reading some interviews with Phil Anselmo a while back before that started, and he was talking about the album with you and everything, and he was talking you up a lot. You know, he kept saying, this Marzi guy, man, he's fucking phenomenal, and fucking he was talking all this stuff about you, and I was like, who is this fucking dude, man?
Very,
you know?
he's a brother.
So I was anticipating it when I heard it, you know, when I listened to it, it fucking blew me away. But now,
there's a lot of guitar on those records. Yeah, man, there's a lot of guitars on those records.
But now,
go ahead.
On this new fucking record that you got with fucking Tim Ripper, dude, you really fucking like. I mean, it's like a whole nother fucking level, dude. Fucking, I'm pretty sold right now, man. I'm like, yeah, this guy.
Thank you, my brother.
Hell yeah, man. You're doing it, dude.
Thank you. There's a lot more where this came from, and I'm really looking forward to that. Like I said, you know, now all the eyes are on the label, on the band, on me, you know, and you know, the product that we're going to put out next. So I guarantee you, there's not a leaf that's not being turned and looked at. You know, and everything that we're doing, myself, my engineers, everybody's just like, you know, I want to kind of like film, I think, part of it and kind of document it, like even a barbecue that we have, to kind of show the brotherhood that is around me, and
yeah, you should, man.
Influence that everybody has on me, and yeah, we got a no nonsense, no bullshit camp, and there's a lot of love. There's a lot of love and a lot of care and compassion from every single one of us towards one another, and all we've done was basically launch this and get this going. And to sit here and tell you that it's me doing it, it'd be a joke. You know, it's a group effort, and I wouldn't even be able to even scratch my head if I didn't have the team that I have. I promise you. So I'm very fortunate, very, very fortunate, and that's why when I'm in the studio doing my part, I'm not only thinking about, you know, the listener, which I consider family. I'm also thinking of the people I'm working with. You know, that's why I can't. I'm done to have time to fuck around and half-ass anything. Not at all. I got to give it all I got. And if I run into roadblocks, like I was saying about that guitar solo for a couple of days, well, and feel less than zero, well, guess what? I got to endure it. There's something there to learn from, so I can, it's just that some things just don't come that easy, man. They're there, they're hidden, and you got to go look for it. And I think looking for it is kind of like becomes the fun part. Although it kind of gets frustrating, puts you on the ledge sometimes, man. Of insanity.
Bad fucking ass, dude. Well, Marzi, I'm about out of questions for you, man. Is there anything you want to let the people out there know before I let you go?
I want to give everybody my sincerest thanks, truly, from the bottom of my heart. When you create that the freaking EP, and you love it and believe in it, you don't know. I don't know. I had no idea. I didn't have a clue, man. You don't want to be over ready or over sure to think, oh yeah, people are gonna love me, man. And all that. It's a ridiculous thought process. Even an idea. But what I wanted in my heart and my intention was to do some pure music, give it everything I had, and then put it out and hope that the intention and that it went through the rhythms, the guitar solo, the production, all of it goes through to the listener, and they enjoy it and they get something out of it. And since it's 14 days ago, this has come out. Every single day, I've been reading reviews and doing some interviews and stuff like that, and it's been well received. So I think strongly now that we are this ginormous freaking family, and I think I'm just a small part of it with my band that's going to come with my label, and then we're just going to carry a unified party around, because there's nothing like metal fans, nothing at all. I think I'm just going to be another vehicle for people to come out, see my band play live, and to just continue to play this style of music and to continue to inspire the new generation and to just move it forward. Because when you play with intent and pure heart and soul, there's no stopping that. There's no stopping. You're not going to ever stop that. So here's to the future, man, and here's to cheers to you and cheers to your listeners for taking the time. And here's to the future, man, of us bringing some more music to you.
Fuck yeah, dude. Well, Marzi, before I let you go, I got to get you to make us a station tag, all right?
Absolutely, man.
All right, whenever you're ready, just say something like, this is Marzi, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
All right. This is Marzi Montazeri, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio. Keep it alive, people.
Fuck yeah, man. Hell yeah. Well, thanks a lot for taking the time, Marzi. What I'm going to do right now is I'm gonna fucking blast some fucking tunes from you guys and fucking make these motherfuckers go fucking deaf, all right?
Thank you. Much love to you and your listeners, brother.
All right, dude. Peace, man.
Peace to you.
There you have it, folks. Fucking Marzi Montazeri, dude, on the fucking Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation Radio. Man, this motherfucker is fucking insane, dude. And I want you to blast this shit right now, loud as you fucking possibly can. Put your speakers in your fucking windows, in your front lawn, in your wherever the fuck you can, to make motherfuckers hear this shit and make them fucking go insane. If you don't see U-Haul trucks in the morning, you fucking failed, all right? That's it. There's no fucking there's no excuse. Turn the fucking volume up now.